I'm Tamara Lackey, and we're here at my brand new studio space in Chapel Hill, North Carolina that we have spent months and months building out and creating really intentional design around. And here with the help of Nation's Photo Lab, we're going to take our walls that are like nothing and make them awesome. I think it's pretty important for a photographer to have their own studio space for a variety of reasons, and it doesn't even have to be a commercial leased space, but some area that is very much the place where the photography happens. This is about a 1,600 square foot space, and it's only about 500 square feet larger than our last space, but it really acts almost twice as big because everything's being used with a lot of focus and intention. A big consideration for us when laying out the studio space was we needed more walls and allow it to not just be what we think of as beautiful, but also functional. Light was a big consideration. We wanted a lot of natural light, but we also wanted to be able to, again, have those private spaces that may not have the natural light, but would be just as bright and just as welcoming. Altogether, it looked very bright and very cheerful because even if you can't always get the natural light, sometimes you can replicate it by just having the right color balance in your lights. When we first decided what kind of products we wanted to offer, we looked at everything to see what made the most sense for our clients. We chose a combination of canvas pieces. Canvases are just an excellent classic product that move often with our clients. Clearly we do a lot of framed prints. Maybe it's the wood print wraps, which have a really unique look. We love how it looks with the landscape pieces and our travel pieces. And then there's the metal pieces that we choose because they're just so different and they're really striking, and we want to show that to our clients because when we have an image that comes up that we think, God, that would look amazing on a metal print, we want to be able to show them what it looks like right there. My favorite part of designing the studio was actually thinking about the feel of the images and how I'd put that together. For instance, you're drawn to making happy images. It's really easy to just only put up smiles everywhere or laughter, and yet that doesn't convey what my photography is, which is a good combination of emotion. So maybe it's laughter, but it's also a lot of quiet moods, it's contemplative. And so I love the idea of saying, okay, I'm gonna have not just this combination of prints and these combinations of sizes, but I want this combination and variety of emotion, the spectrum of emotion to come across this entire collection. When it was time to get started in terms of designing the studio walls, the very first thing we did was measure the walls. Just say, what are we talking about here? And then take into consideration what's not usable space. There's a light switch right there, or there's an exit sign. You have to pare it down to what's usable space, and then start sketching it out. So a few things we've learned along the way putting pieces together is, one, you can put a combination of color and black and white pieces together and have it look nice. I always find that if I have a grouping together that's black and white and a separate grouping over here that's color, they both tend to be more striking overall pieces in terms of, I think of the way that everything lies together as like a piece. The other consideration that I learned was just because a wall is this big and this tall doesn't mean you can use all of it. So where are the furniture pieces going to be? What is the height of those? And what kind of clearance do you have above that to start your gallery wall? Another thing to think about is not to be afraid to go bigger. I think for some reason, even though we don't like it when our clients seem a little nervous about bigger sizes, we sometimes are putting that out there by only showing smaller sizes. So I like showing off bigger pieces because there's all these elements that come into it with the print that I wouldn't have had otherwise, and unless it's large, I don't get to show the impact of that. Thanks for joining us. I hope that was helpful.